Hello friends. First let me tell you something. My last video gave me 3 phone calls. I was thrilled and 5 of them I missed because I was not having the phone in my hand. From now on I'll keep my mobile in my hand so that I can answer everyone. Though I answered them back again, but still. Okay. So today's topic will be child's nutrition and overweight. So child's nutrition, as I've already told you, nutrition is one of the most important thing for our body. The nutrition has minerals, vitamins, proteins, carbohydrates, fats, fiber, all those things, because that is what which is making our body grow. When a child is there, the child has to grow. He is at the age of 6 months, 4 years, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. So the child is growing. The growing body needs quite a lot of nutrition. But that doesn't mean he should overeat. Okay? Well, this is Sunita Paul from Wellness Nutrition Hub, and our request to you, please like, share and subscribe to my channel if you have not yet subscribed. Okay? Now, let us come down to child's nutrition and overweight. Do you think that child's nutrition is important? Yes, of course. 100 times it is important. Very important. Do take care of it. You must be taking care of your child's health, diet, nutrition, and also the lunch you pack for the school. But what I want to draw your attention to is that, is it really healthy and nutritious? Here comes the point. Is your child's diet, food, lunch, tiffin, packed lunch, is it healthy and nutritious? Nearly 3 out of 10 children are overweight. Why are they overweight? Can you guess why are they overweight? Well, as a mother, you must be focusing, but maybe that focus is not enough. Got it? You are focusing on your child's nutrition, your child's diet, your child's drinking, what he drinks, when he drinks, how he drinks, and what he eats, where he eats, and how it is taken. But is that focus enough? No, the focus is not enough. This is because many parents are confused that what is good for their kids. They feed their child. According to them, they are feeding the best. But is that best good for your child's health? That is the most important point. How much is the requirement? The first and the foremost thing is, how much is their requirement? A child's stomach is very less, very small. He doesn't need so much to eat, though you can feed the child again and again, again and again. Maybe he will be needing 6 meals in a day. You give him that, but don't make him overeat. Overeating is not his requirement. There is also sometimes a confusion that whether the child is having enough of calcium, iron, and other minerals. Well, when you are having this confusion, you start making the child drinking more of milk, give him more of iron tonics. Well, that is not going to work. You have to give your child a balanced, nutritive diet. Got it? Sometimes the mothers keep on feeding the child forcibly, not understanding that they are overfeeding the child out of love. Isn't it? Sometimes what they say, "Arey, my child must be hungry, let him eat 1 chapati more, or let him eat half a paratha more." No. You see his requirement, because when a child is full, he will automatically stop eating. You don't have to say that don't eat more or don't eat less. When we talk about small babies, mother's feed is the best feed for the child. You feed the child according to the requirement and according to the number of the time the child requires it. After 8 months or so, you can add bit by bit the cereals, the vegetables, the fruits in the mashed form or the puree from which is properly strained. Those fibers shouldn't go there because it may stuck in his throat. So give him everything, the cereals, the vegetables, the fruits, nicely in a mashed form so that he can just gulp it down. At this age, beside mother's milk, an addition of iron in some form should be added. So fats are also needed for the nerve development of the brain development by the babies. The nerves are developing, the brain is developing, and the senses are developing. So a bit of fats is also required. Now when the child is 3 years, they all have a different way. Their behaviors also starts changing. Maybe at the age of 1 he was liking something, at the age of 3 he may not want to eat that. Sometimes it so happens that a toddler will eat lots in a meal and may not want to eat even a single morsel or a bite in the next meal. Do you understand? The child was eating and eating and eating, but if it doesn't eat, he shouldn't overeat, that you have to say. But suppose if a child is eating, that means he is still hungry. And if it doesn't want to eat anything, not even a single bite or a morsel in the next meal, don't force him, because his body knows best what is required for him. For the development of healthy bones and teeth, now calcium steps in. It is another most important mineral. So feed the child with the food items that has got calcium in it. If the child is lactose intolerant, then other sources like soya milk can be tried. Even fruits rich in calcium can be tried. The child is now getting exposed to so many other tastes. This is the time when we can give them fiber with fruits and vegetables. Parents have to focus here that they give enough fiber to their children, because now it so happens maybe they will develop constipation, but they will not tell you, but the problem has started. So make the child eat fiber from the very small age, from the age of 3, 4, 5, 6. The children above 5 years have gone to the school. Now they are exposed to the school canteen as well. When others go there, they feel like going. They want to have macaronis, noodles, Maggi and chips and kurkure and so on. This is the right age to make your child to focus on fruits and vegetables. This means more of fiber, because those things will not give him fiber. In fact, they may harm him. Though at this time he is not getting that much of harm, but the taste will develop, the habit will develop, which may cause harm later on. In the list of child's like list, do include beans, as it has lots of fiber. It helps in digestion and prevents constipation. The parents have to see that the child develops the taste for high fiber fruits and vegetables. Don't underestimate the vegetarian food. The child can have enough of proteins from beans, milk, dal and so on. Make such combinations while cooking that it becomes palatable to the child. Well, now comes the lunch box. The lunch box that is high in carbohydrates, sugar and fats become their stable food. It's okay. Once in a while, one cheat lunch can go that way, but see that he doesn't go for high carbs, high sugars and high fats. If everything is balanced, then everything is balanced. The fat can also go sometimes high if the carbs are low. If the carbs are high, make fats and sugars low. It's okay. One cheat meal in a week, but not a habit, because habits are very hard to change. Lunch packing now becomes more important, as we have to encourage the child to make a healthier choices. After 16, some of the adolescent may become aware of and restrict calories, fats and or carbs, because they become aware of their body image. Some of them can lead to eating disorder or unhealthy behavior. So now the bifurcation starts. The child who is free to eat everything doesn't care for his body or is not aware of his fitness or his image, he will go for everything. But the child who is very aware of his image will stick to low calories, low fats, low carbs and high fiber, high proteins. Here comes the role of parents to help them, to make them aware of changes in their eating pattern and make family dinners a priority, so that you know what your child is eating. Both calories and calcium requirements are high at this age. This is the time after the age of 12 when the bones elongate as the child gains height. The bone density and the bone mass also needs attention. So enough of calcium rich food or alternative foods rich in calcium should be given. A female child, their requirement of iron has to be compensated because that is lost during menstruation. The male child needs more of proteins than females. No doubt, it's just like fighting a war for the parents. A healthy child becomes an healthy adult. The child can achieve it with the parents' help and guidance. Drink enough water because water is going to help you for your body functions. They'll keep you healthy. Don't wait that you'll drink water when you're thirsty. No. Thirsty means you're already dehydrating. So drink water before that. Children should drink sufficient water. Don't force. Some of the important points which I would like to say is that don't force the child when they deny. When they're saying no to the food, don't force them. When a child eats too much in a meal or she may not eat the next meal, don't force. While cooking for the child, keep in mind the fiber, minerals and the proteins. That is how your child will remain healthy and he won't be obese or he won't be overweight or he won't gain extra weight. Thank you so much for giving me so much of time for listening to me. Meeting you next Friday. Thank you.